You clicked on the craft box, and I'm going to show you what our craft is for the week. And we are going to be making a Pete the Cat. And this is what he looks like. So this is the final product. So this is what we're going to make. He has his whiskers and his white shoe from the stories that we've read for this week. So we're going to jump in and I'm going to show you how to make this so you can do it at home when you pick up your craft at the library, okay? When you come in this week to come get your craft, it's going to look like this. It's going to come in a bag and it's going to have everything you need. So I'm going to show you what's in here because I like to lay out the pieces when I put a craft together because it makes it much easier and you know if you have everything, which luckily we put everything in a bag for you anyway, so you just get to do all the fun stuff and put it together. So you're going to get Pete the cat head, and of course you're going to need some eyeballs for Pete. So you need the eyeballs. You're going to get 4 whiskers, that way you can put it on his face. And of course a nose, because Pete does have a nose and he does need one. And a shoe and his body. So what we're going to do, at least what I like to do first, is take Pete's head and I'm going to glue his eyeball. So I'm going to put him right here, even in the center of his head. So I'm going to get my trusty glue stick. And definitely ask mom and dad where you can use the glue stick. So if you're using it on the kitchen table, make sure that you do it over paper. That way you don't end up getting your table all gluey. And that way when you go to eat dinner, you'll be looking all good and you won't be eating glue, which I don't think you want to do to begin with. Now, here we go. So I'm going to show you what I have done so far. Okay. So here's the first step. So I've glued Pete's eyes on here. So I'm going to do his nose, and of course, I'm going to put it right on the center in between the 2 eyes. Now, I don't know about you. I'm using my favorite glue stick, or you could use regular glue, but I like to use the disappearing purple glue stick because purple is my favorite color. So I do love purple a lot. Okay. And there is Pete's nose, which I kind of made him a little bit crooked of a nose. So when you glue it, maybe try to make sure Pete has a straight nose. And then the next part is going to be the whiskers. Except the whiskers aren't going to be attached to his nose like a real cat would. It's going to be on the side like it is in the book. So we'll put all the glue on the back of the whiskers, and you do get 4 of them. So what we at least learned in counting with the 4 groovy buttons, we know how to count, so we're doing good there. So you're going to put 2 whiskers on each side. That way they're even. But, you know, if you think Pete needs 3 whiskers on one side and 1 on the other, you know, you have creative freedom to make Pete whatever you want him to look like. And to make sure, too, that you don't do what Miss Ariel just did. She got a little bit excited with her glue stick, and she accidentally put glue on the whole whisker. So when you actually go to put on the glue for the whisker, you don't need to put glue on the entire back. Because as you can see, the whiskers are only going to be halfway onto Pete. So don't do what I did and put it on the back side. So now my whiskers are going to have to dry so it doesn't stick on anything. And then what we're going to do is attach our body. So what we're going to do, which I'm going to show you here too, is since we're attaching his head and the body, you're going to need to put at least a ½ inch of glue across. That way, when you put the head on top of it, he can stay firm so Pete isn't going to lose his head. So we're going to glue that. And that way, he'll be good to go. So you can hang him on the fridge. You can put him wherever you like. Oh, or maybe hang him on your wall in your bedroom. That'd be cool too. So see, now he's all secure. He's ready to go. And then we're going to do something similar with our shoe too. So since we have his head together with his body, we're going to glue at least a ½ inch here on the bottom for Pete. That way, when we attach the shoe, as I'm dropping mine, he'll be sticking out of the shoe. So we'll do that. And this way he won't lose his shoe either, and you won't have a Pete without the rest of his body. Okay. Now, this is the final product. So we have lovely Pete with our shoe. Now, as we read in the story, Pete the Cat, I love my white shoes. You may color this however you like. As we saw, I don't want to give too much away in case you haven't found that story time video yet, but his shoe may or may not change different colors, so you will have to click and find out. Don't forget to click around and see what other fun stuff you can find in the storytime room.